Liverpool could be about to destroy Manchester United. Hurt us bad. To quote the late, great Mickey, that's Rocky's trainer. If you've ever watched the Rocky franchise, hurt us permanent. What I read this afternoon, I try not to get rattled. It happens sometimes, but I try not to. But what I've read this afternoon worries me, scares me, and it could destroy whatever it is my club is trying to build. Now, look, hit the like button, subscribe, share. Please do all of that. Do all of that. Get it done. Get it out the way. The hype button's important as well for us smaller channels as well. And I want to thank you all for helping us hit 80,000 subscribers. That's just mind-blowing. We play Liverpool this week. They could destroy us this weekend, to be honest. Let's have it right. As much as or next weekend. Next Sunday. A week's time. In a week's time, that game's kicked off. When I'm recording this. And I'm worried about the game. It feels like the perfect time to play Liverpool if you're anybody else in the Premier League. I think after the last 3 games, if Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Tottenham, Newcastle, to name a few, I think if they were coming right now to Anfield, there would be a sense of hope. There would be a sense of even expectation. Sorry, man. I wonder what that thing was in my drink. There would be an expectation to go there and get something. I don't have that feeling. I want to beat Liverpool. It'd be nice to beat Liverpool. I actually don't remember off the top of my head the last time we won at Anfield. What is it, a decade ago? It's been a long time. And we could be destroyed. But that isn't what I'm here to talk about. I know Liverpool have had a bad few games and not a great start to the season in terms of performances. But you are second. You know you're going to turn it round. I think there's been a lot of overreaction. There's been a lot of panic. And do you know where I notice that? I notice it in my communities. When we speak about Liverpool, we post about Liverpool, we have debates about Liverpool, purely in how many people are interacting. There is a sense of Liverpool fans are frustrated. They're going to take some time off socials. We'll see you back here soon at some point. I'm sure of it. But the masses go away, and often that's a sign of disappointment. We as content creators don't take it personally. It just kind of is what... It's like a shopping centre on a beautiful hot summer's day. It's not as busy as maybe those autumn months or those spring months when it isn't as hot. People aren't running off to the beach. They're not running off to the parks. They're not having family barbecues. It's seasonality to a certain degree. Although it's not seasonality, you get my point. I'm talking about what Liverpool could do to us in the transfer window. 2 very credible stories today have emerged. The first one involves Crystal Palace and Adam Wharton. Now, Crystal Palace are offering Wharton a really big new contract to keep him at Selhurst Park. And we get why. Why would they not? Maybe their best ever Premier League midfield player. And any Palace fans watching can tell me of someone that's... Maybe there's someone you hold as a high legend at your club because of your circumstances at that time. But it doesn't necessarily mean... For instance, there's a certain generation of City fan and older who would probably still put someone like Gota in similar categories to Aguero, not because they think he's better than Aguero or achieve more for the club, but they understand where they were in the footballing spectrum at that time, where they sat in the food chain and how he helped them. I'm sure there are, it may not be Gota, but there'll be those examples. So maybe Palace have that view as well. But Palace are offering him a new deal. One of the big reasons is because Manchester United are interested, and Manchester United are looking to gear up over the next few windows to buy 2 to 3 midfield players. And Wharton is really high on the list. But what is now also being reported by a series of journalists is that Liverpool are also going to come in hard for him. And that just pisses me off. My first thought was, for fuck's sake. My first thought was, well, that's done then. It felt like I was on a night out. Imagine being on in my pomp, not now, not old man Terry, I haven't quite got man boobs, but you know what I mean? Old man, dad bod Terry. Go back 20 years, in my pomp, in good shape, little 8-pack going on. It's like being out in a club, seeing a salt, seeing a lovely lady that I liked, giving her the eye, giving a little dance, thinking, right, I'm going to make my move. And just before I do, Brad Pitt walks over. Peak Brad Pitt. It's like, I'm done then. I'm done then, bruv. Just step away. What's the point of competing? That's how I feel here. And I wasn't one of those people that would then just... Maybe it's my character. If I was out on a night out or on a lad's holiday or at work, wherever it may be, and I meet someone I like, if I never got the chance to get with, go out on a date with, whatever the expression is, I'm gonna be very PC with how I say this because the internet's mad. Then I wouldn't just like move on to the next one, then the next one. I wouldn't play the numbers game. It'd be a case of, all right, well, I'll wait until I see someone else I like. Sometimes it's 2, 3, 4 weeks of going out 3 or 4 times a week until I saw another lady that I thought, oh, she's nice. But that was just me. So I used to get I didn't get weird. I just got disappointed. Like, oh, I liked her, but Brad Pitt stepped in because there was some blokes that were just better looking, in better positions, more attractive. It's life. You got to learn to take rejection, boys. So this is annoying. This is how I feel about Liverpool getting involved with Wharton. But then the anger, and I'm doing a bit of a lead judges here, the anger, the gurn, comes out more when I read, and I'm going to read this for you now. This here comes from the same set of sources who first broke the news that Manchester United were interested in Baleba. The same sources out of Cameroon have now said that Liverpool have been heavily scouting him, talking to his camp. It says here, the Brighton player valued at around 100 million has been a long-term target of Manchester United, and multiple conversations happened in the summer. The Red Devils view him as a potential successor to Casemiro. Liverpool now have a growing interest, and this could complicate Manchester United's plans and turn the player's head further. He said Brighton would like both to be involved in a bidding war, but it is likely if Baleba picks Liverpool, they would win this race and United would step away. He says, Believer enjoyed an impressive 24-25 campaign, etc., etc., etc. It goes on. He says he's a key player for Brighton and will likely cost a significant figure. But with Liverpool's midfield not quite working this year using a 10, the pursuit of Baleba is reportedly now high on the agenda. And this was like double bubble. And we go back to my nightclub example. Brad Pitt stepping over. Idris Elba walking in. You know, taller, better looking, wealthy, celebrities. I ain't got a chance. Imagine a few weeks later, you know, you've been in the gym, looking for a lovely lady to have a little dance with. Maybe take home, consensually do the horizontal hula with her. And you see someone, you've been giving each other the eyes. I don't know if this happens still for young people. I don't know how the world works for you lot. But, you know, you see someone, you make eyes, you both smile, blush. You make you'd see that she was interested and you make your move. Sometimes you play it a little cool. I'm going to make my move in a bit. I'm going to have another drink and chill with the lads a bit. I'm going to be a little bit nonchalant. Imagine all that, though, and then you turn around and bang, bang. He's stepping in again. Same guy as before. Imagine the 2 girls over the space of a month that you've met, you've seen, that you like, and you're like, oh, yeah, she's a bit of me. She looks like a little bit of Sunday roast. What Sunday roast? Before anyone gets triggered, what I used to refer to when I was a younger man as she's Sunday roast. If I was out with a girl and the boys are like, oh, what was she like? I'd say, yeah, mate, she's Sunday roast. That is the kind of girl, kind of woman, kind of lady that I would take to meet my parents for Sunday roast. It's just my expression, what I used to say. Just want to let you in on that. Bit of Sunday roast, and there you go, Idris or Brad, someone's come in and taken her away again. That's how this makes me feel. Fuck you, Liverpool. You haven't done it yet, but I think you will. The summer changed how I think Liverpool now do business. If this was 12 months, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, no matter what Liverpool were winning, when it came to these kind of players that were already Premier League stars, going to cost the big money, I'd always fancy Man United. But the Wirtz deals, the Isak deals have changed how I view things, the Ekitike deals. And listen, I know what people are going to write in the comments before you've even put it in there. Oh, Terry, but those deals haven't worked. We're 7 games into the season. The idea, Ekitike looks very good, by the way. But the idea these deals haven't worked yet is so premature, they're not viable. So premature, they're not viable. Unbelievably early. Still in your pants early, lads, if you catch my drift. And I hope this isn't true. And if it is, I hope United have got a plan, either for alternatives or to... can we outbid Liverpool? Can we do something with the agents? Because we need these players badly. Forget Ruben Amorim. Forget whether he's our manager or not. The midfield needs a revamp. Your Whartons, your Andersons, your Balebas, they're needed. In fact, depending on what formation we're going to be playing in a year's time, whether we're playing 2 in the middle, 3 in the middle, you might need all 3. All 3 of that level. Genuinely, United's entire midfield, barring Cobby, needs replacing. But he might go anyway, which I don't want. It's another conversation for another day. But Liverpool, you drove me mad in the summer. Please don't do it again. Take care, people. We'll see you all again soon. Peace.